YouTube, this is Josh here. Wanted to make a video of my 1968 Airstream caravel land yacht. It's actually up for sale right now, and I'm having a lot of questions and concerns and just different things about it from the inside and tanks and different things like that. So I wanted to give a walk around of it and just show as many details as I can, and just kind of give you a better insight on the whole build and the update that I did to it. I guess to start off, I'll walk around the outside. I'll just kind of show you some of the custom features and everything that I've done to it so far. I guess we'll start right here with the front. This has two 20-pound propane tanks with the automatic changeover. It does have a full-size aluminum spare with a brand new tire. It's got a brand new 7-way wiring harness that goes back to a junction box. And I added these safety chain catches and all that stuff on the front here. I will be probably putting another coat of paint on the A-frame before I sell it, just to kind of freshen it up. All the windows have new seals, which you'll be able to see. This front window has some sticky stuff on there that'll have to get off. It was a kind of a custom-made rock guard that I have. I'll include with it, but I used Velcro and that didn't really work out the best. But you should be able to make up something for it if you want to use that. I'll take you around here, this side. I've got a ton of time and money in this thing, and all kinds of custom upgraded features. I put this little light cover here over top of the outside porch light just so it wouldn't blind you coming in and out at night. I had added these LED lights, which all the lights work, by the way. I actually have them on right now at the time, just to show you. But I added those there and on the lower bottom here, just for a little better presentation at night. I do have access to all the outdoor accesses. I'll kind of show you. I have keys to all those. Which one it is here. So you're able to access it. And this one's actually, these have been reworked, all these panels, with new insulation and everything inside of them. If I can get the right key to show you. That's basically it. And it does have a outside shower here, which is kind of neat. That runs off of the hot water. And this is basically the back of the refrigerator and a little bit outside storage here. That's that. These couple panels here, this was the original furnace vent. That's no longer in use. And this was the original hot water heater vent. And that's basically just a dummy vent now to cover it up. But I have a inside hot water heater now. It's an instant hot water heater. This right vent over here, this is the one for the hood vent for the stove, and this left vent here is for the shower. You can see the 13,500 BTU air conditioner on the roof there, and the antenna for the TV is up on the roof. Take you around to the back here and kind of show you. As you can see, all the lights work. I added this solid bumper on here because the factory one was dented, kind of rusted up, and it just didn't look the best anymore. And then I added that aluminum plate on top there just to cover up that void, so it just gives it a clean look. Silicone that and everything, so no water gets in. All the seams have been re-siliconed, so there's no leaks or anything. Like I say, I'm just kind of making this video because a couple people had concerns or different questions about things, and this is basically my rendition of how I wanted it to turn out. And I'm going to be building a custom toy hauler, so It's time to post this one up for sale. Here's this side. This is some of the dents I was talking about on the left corner here. I'm not sure how that happened. It was like that when I bought it. This panel here was custom made, and that basically houses the 30 amp twist lock connection and 120 volt outlet plug. I'll get this access here open and show you what's behind here. Figures I'd get the wrong key again. This basically slides off, and that access, it shows you your 30-gallon freshwater tank, and there's two marine deep cycle batteries in there. You can always take this battery out here, and that'll give you access here into the storage if you'd like a little more outside storage, and just run off one battery, which is probably fine. I think two batteries is a little overkill, especially when you're just mainly hooking up to shore power and everything. Around back here at the front, I added this antenna there for the radio. This is your freshwater tank fill. This is the original aluminum cap, and I put a chain on there so it wouldn't get lost. Put this back on here. Right below it here, you have a cable jack and a hose hookup for your fresh water. Very nice unit for the age. 50 couple years old now. These are aluminum wheels. I added those stainless steel lug nuts. I had painted the rotors there, or the covers there on the electric brakes, and they were all serviced, greased up, and these new caps here were put on. They all, like I say, all the brakes seem to work great. The tires are both in really good condition. Kind of showing you some of the underside there. And one of the concerns was from a lot of people that this unit doesn't have any tanks on it, and it doesn't, except for the freshwater tank. But there's plenty of room here if you'd like to add those in, because you can see the depth of the bumper there. You could probably put a 6-inch, 8-inch tank up under here, a black tank or a multi-tank, something like that, to catch your gray and black water. I did add these scissor jacks in. And this right here is the only spot under it where it actually has electric, your gas, and your water and everything combined there, going from left to right up into the trailer. I'll take you around to this other side here. I'll show you here where the actual shower water comes out. I basically have this 2-inch cap on here, but that's a 2-inch PVC pipe that I usually put underneath a bucket with holes in it and let that just leach out into the ground. You know, if you're using eco-friendly soaps and stuff like that, it's not really a big deal. I usually put a bucket under there just so at the sites and state parks they don't question if you're catching it or not. I mean, you can always put a portable black water tank, gray water tank combo, or just a gray water tank underneath here and catch it if you'd like. Say all the floor was replaced for the most part. This was not a full frame off restoration like I'd said in the listing, but for the most part everything has been gone through. Just kind of showing you there. Kind of bear with me with the video here. Not the best at making these videos and trying to come up with everything exactly I did to it. There's a lot going on, a lot I've done to it in the last 2.5 years since I've had it. But just trying to answer some of the questions and stuff you guys had. The door here shuts really solid. Opens up, and it's got this screen door that can close. That can latch. This closes up. It's spend a day or two alone just on that screen door, rescreening it and polishing up the aluminum or brushing down aluminum and all that. Painted this door here and got this custom just placard on there just to show you can pin exactly where it's been all around the country if you'd like. Just a little added touch. So now we'll walk inside. I'll kind of show you a little more details with it. Hop up in here. Shut this door. So this thing has all the remotes for here. One's for the radio, one's for the air conditioner, and one's for the TV. This is a little cubby here. When you're first walking in, just throw whatever, a little catch-all. This is all the paperwork and manuals for everything that was installed in the whole unit. This is back when I had gotten a CAT scale weight of it without my truck, just to see what the unit weighed after I was done. And I added a couple little things, but nothing major. But you can see there on the third line there, the unit weighs about 2,800 pounds. So it's not too bad to pull with smaller vehicles and everything. Is the custom Airstream touch that I had done to it. Basically epoxy here with lettering underneath. Fire extinguisher. And pull this blind closed so you can see a little better. This is a little dinette here, and that dinette does drop down, and I'll give you a spare cushion and a spare pillow, so that dinette can drop down, and that makes basically a 6-foot bed there. These are custom aluminum panels, all solid aluminum that I made with this whole built-in unit. I basically used it as a pantry. Opens up on both sides. Closed off, have your speakers there with your CD player. These are one of the few original things in here. I kept them in, I liked them. These are aluminum lights, or aluminum housing lights. There's a halogen lights, but they have a really nice look to them. These are the LED lights that I added in. These all have storage underneath. Let me get this out of the way. Storage underneath here. Big storage. And everything you see in the camper right now in the video comes with it. I'll show you up underneath of this one here. This is actually where you'll see the side of the water tank there. This is your actual water pump here, 12-volt SureFlow pump. Let me open this blind back up here, get you some light. Yeah, here's this tube here is actually for winterization. That runs that outside storage I showed you, the big square one. And you can basically just stick that down in jugs of antifreeze and it'll suck it. You just shut this tank off and you can just suck it straight through into all your lines and just treat them for the winter. It's very simple. So this is basically the bed here, or bed slash couch. That'll fold out to actually make six of those 24 by 24 squares, so basically 6 by 4 foot bed. Here's some overhead storage that has your outside snap-on table that was shown in one of the pictures online. I could only show 24 pictures online, so I wasn't able to show everything. But that basically snaps in outside there to give you an extension out on your table. Like I said, these are all overhead storage. Those are your legs there that hold up your table. They screw in and then basically the whole table folds out. I got a stainless steel backsplash in between there, or just a trim piece. Got all aluminum balances basically under every single. You can see that with the light there or not. Underneath every single, or over top of every single shade, roller shade. I'll show you the same for this one too. These all have recessed LED lighting up underneath it here. Same for this one too. is basically your kitchenette here. I've got a couple vents here on the side for your 12 volt, 120 volt refrigerator. That all works great, basically new. This is a drawer here for utensils or whatnot. All the countertops are basically pine wood. That's basically imitating like a butcher block countertop. Little bottle opener there. I got the original safety placard thing that came on the outside of the trailer, put it in here. Here's a bag recycler, microwave there, some of the plumbing that runs down to the shower. Here's a drawer here, so you can put any kind of stuff in there. Here's your sink, custom faucet, utensil holder. It's a 12 volt fan here. Get some air moving if you don't have the AC unit on. Here's your switch here for your water pump. You flip that on. Paper towel holder. This is just a little multi-cooker unit. It's got a coffee maker and all that stuff combined. This does come out of here. It's just held in with some wooden pegs there. And that can come off just to clear the countertop. That way, if you want it for prep space or anything else, you can always put a small little griddle here or grill, you know, in the exhaust vent here. It'll take out all the fumes. I do have, this is the instant hot water heater. It's got a switch up underneath it here that turns it on and off. Keep in the on position, and it automatically comes on whenever it detects flow on the hot water side. And I usually keep this fan on, and that sucks any of the smells or the propane vapors up out of there, so you're able to use that inside with no problem. I'll kind of show you how that works. You basically heard it kick on, and right away you have hot water. So it works great. Hot and cold water. Just kind of giving you a scan here of everything. This is the whole bathroom. Here's the AC unit. Say it does have a remote with it. Works great. Cools it down quick. 13,500 BTUs. I do have a carbon monoxide smoke detector up here, and also down here I have a propane leak detector. That way if you'd have any issues, that would detect that, or any leaks. That's a vent that I have there, just to let temperature inside the cabin here go into the freshwater tank area to keep that about the same ambient temperature. This is your whole 120 volt, 12 volt converter. It basically takes 120 volt in with 3 breakers, runs your AC and all that, your outlets, and all your 12 volt as well. It's all hooked on the same thing. It's a battery charger as well. You keep this into the on position, and that'll charge your batteries. You keep it in the off position, and it's not charging right now. But if you keep this on with no 120 volt hooked up, you can use all your 12 volt accessories without being hooked up to land power, so you can go boondocking for a while if you'd like. This is the propane hot water, or propane, furnace or heater, wall heater. I'll kind of show you that this works. You just flip a switch in here, ignite the pilot, and you can ignite the main burner, and that heats it up pretty fast in here in the winter or in cooler months. Got the ships on both sides here, a little custom touch that's going to stay with it. This little access hole here, I use this to throw trash down into the trash can. That kind of keeps the smell out. This trash can here is on a slow close drawer slide. It also has a little bit of storage back in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just to put some extra things in there. Added all these aluminum corner trims on everything, and areas like this, any wear points, stuff like that, just for extra touch, and kind of all ties it all together. It's a really nice unit. Get compliments on it every time I take it out. People are just wowed by it. This is one thing I missed here. I added this in. It's got USB plugs and a 12 volt socket, and also has a voltmeter there, so you can kind of keep an eye on it. TV here, it's 120 volt. This was one of the issues I was saying. The actual coax broke off of the TV. That's if you'd want to use the antenna or whatnot, but you can still use Blu-ray, or if you can have that soldered back. It's not a huge deal. I'll take you back here in the bathroom. Actually, I'll show you these overhead storages here in the kitchenette. It's got some spice racks, or a spice rack up in there. And this is just general storage up in here. These curtains is basically the way I designed it. So give you some privacy into the bathroom. So all this LED lighting in here as well. And also have these two switches here. This middle switch here is for the lights in here. It lights up the whole bathroom. And this right switch is for the blower fan that pulls the moisture and air out of the bathroom itself. That's actually located there in the shower. A little noisy, but it does great. This is the shower pan. This is how I was describing how the sinks actually both run down here into the shower. Both the sinks. And that basically runs out the shower into that 2-inch pipe that I would catch anything in. So if there happened to get anything in here, I would just hose out the shower, and it really hasn't been a big issue with me not having tanks underneath. To me, that it was just convenient for me not to use the tanks. To me, it was extra weight, extra hassle to have to flush them out, and could be possible smells and all that stuff. Full shower head and everything in here. It's got a hook there. And basically this shower curtain just wraps right around and it snaps in place. So it works out really good. The sink and everything works as it should. You can see there it just runs into the shower here and right out to the bottom. Everywhere in the whole shell, like I said, this wasn't a full frame off renovation, so anywhere I had access to the outside shell, I insulated everything that I could. As you can see, I've got that foil backed insulation back in there. It's a custom made little vanity here. Multiple drawers. Got a trash can here, more aluminum corners, toilet paper roll or holder there. Got a magazine rack. It's got a clothes hanger there, mirror, 120 volt outlet. And the other concern here was with this toilet. This is basically a cassette toilet or a porta pot toilet. The way this works is you can flush this a couple times. That's what I usually do. You get some liquid in there. You can use the bathroom, and then you just pull the side flush, and it flushes it down to the lower unit. Now this has a gauge here where you can fill up this fresh water tank, which is all on the top here. I think it holds a few gallons, 4 or 5 gallons, something like that, just in this top area. And after you flush it, it actually does really good as far as smells and all that stuff. And then you pull on this back handle here, and you can release this whole top right off of here. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so sorry it's not the smoothest. So this is the lower cassette unit, and this is basically where the flush was. This is basically flushing right here, and that would go down to the lower unit, which has all been cleaned out and everything. But basically, I've got a floor plate that holds this to the floor, and this would come off, and you just basically carry this into the bathroom with you, or to, like a sewer dump or something like that. You just take the cap off, and I usually just open it up. You can flush some water in there or whatever, and just dump that out as well, or you can hose it off if you have a hose and everything like that. So it's very simple to use. Unless you're going out for weeks on end and you have a family in here that's using it all the time, to me it's been no problem at all, and I would not even hesitate on putting a black tank in this thing just because it's so much more hassle. And most of the sites don't have actually hookups right at the site itself to be able to flush your tanks out. To me, it hasn't been common. So you still have to drive over and then hook up your sewer hoses and all that stuff to flush out your tanks. So this is just as easy for me. I'll just keep that there for now. But yeah, that's basically that. Like I say, that's the whole setup there. A couple people were concerned about it, but like I say, it's my rendition. I wasn't planning on selling this until I wanted to build this toy hauler, so, and I decided now, with the way sales have been with RVs, it's a good time to sell. But like I say, this is my rendition of it. I don't have, like I say, all the tanks. The only tanks I have is that freshwater tank that's up underneath of there. Supply area fresh water. I can pull this back and show you this battery compartment here. And I have this piece of foam here that folds open, so actually, yeah, let me show you this. I have the piece of foam, so when you open up the full bed, you can lay this across all the cushions, and it kind of gets rid of, you know, the bumpiness of having the cushions. So basically this opens up. This would open up all the way down with the legs on it. But this is your access here to your batteries and all the electrical and everything underneath. As you can see, that's the converter. Got the 2 deep cell marine batteries in here. All your 12 volt, 20 volt, all wired in. Pretty clean install. Throw all this stuff back real quick. So it's pretty simple to set up each time. Give me 1 second here. I'll put this back in so I can show you the rest of the trailer. Sorry for the shakiness. So yeah, that's that. I have this piece of material here that I added on just to cover up the hinge and stuff. I really prefer, I don't really like it myself, the way it turned out, but you can just tuck it in or tear it off eventually if you like. That's pretty much the walkthrough for the whole thing. I'm trying to kind of tell you every single thing I can think of. It does have a gauge here that tells you the inside and outside temperature. The trailer does have a clear title and everything with it. It's all ready to go. Trying to scan around here and give you a better view and see if I can think of anything else. I'll show you this here, how these pull up. You can crank open all the windows. All the windows are like jalousie style windows. They all crank out. So even if it's raining, you can kind of keep them open as well if you like. But yeah, it's a really cool build. You got the retro outside and the modern updated interior. You won't see a whole lot of these for sale, that's for sure. Gonna miss seeing it go, but looking forward to my next build. I say this has been about 2.5 years of building and adding stuff onto this thing, so it's pretty neat. So, alright, well, if you have any other questions, you can comment down below, or if you have any concerns or anything like that. But like I say, the listing's on eBay right now. I think there's about 5 days left. Today's the August 19th, 2020. So if you'd like to put a bid on it, it's there for sale. Like I said, if you have any other questions, let me know. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye-bye.